Our province is built on industry, forestry, fishing, mining. It's these same industries that also built the Viberg family legacy.
He actually started making boots for people that were actually building grain elevators in Saskatchewan.
But as industry changed in Western Canada, Ed Viberg decided to move out to British Columbia to tap into the forest industry's boot demand.
Especially in the northern parts, he saw an opportunity to move to Prince George. So in 1948, he moved to Prince George.
The Viberg family has been making high-quality leather boots since 1931. As industry demands changed, so did the Vibergs, expanding, evolving, and pioneering with the province.
So we started to venture out into making more motorcycle boots and hiking and hunting boots. And now we're taking it to a new level where we're doing fashion footwear.
The boots are constructed by skilled craftsmen in Victoria, but sell all over the world.
You know, we're a very tiny company, and we produce everything by hand, and our production is very, very small. What we're doing here is we're about to wipe the heel in of the shoe to give it the shape.
We make about 10,000 pair of shoes a year here in the new factory, and right now we're looking at about 70% is the lifestyle shoes.
They use a traditional construction method that is rarely seen in North America.
We use brass nails, which is something that my grandpa started using from day one. There's maybe one other company that does kind of what we do.
But in order to compete on the world stage, the Vibergs had to recreate and innovate once again.
We have developed our own brand, which is Stomper, which is made in Vietnam and sells competitively with all of the other offshore footwear.
As a third-generation Viberg family bootmaker, Brett is continuing to evolve the business.
It just feels like an obvious thing to do because you grew up in this environment. You know, my grandpa started it, and then my dad took over and kind of maintained what he did, and now I've kind of put it on its head and I'm doing my own thing with it.
What started in 1931 with one man has grown into an international brand that is sold in high-end stores around the world.
Well, sometimes when I get to travel and I go to a shop and they're selling shoes that have been around 100 years, made in England and United States, and I look on the same shelf and there's Viberg lifestyle shoes, it makes me feel pretty good. And I always relate back to my parents that if they could see that, you know, we've been able to sell globally, they'd just be ecstatic, I'm sure.
Glenn still works on the factory floor every day, but hopes to one day pass the legacy on.
My next step is that I can slowly ease myself out of the business, and I'm hoping that both my sons can kind of work together and keep this legacy going for another 40 years and take it to the next level.
The Vibergs have had success because of their pioneering and innovative spirit that is at the heart of their business. As time goes on and demands change, so will the Vibergs. For ShawTV in Victoria, I'm Meg Cuthbert.